someone, no, I don't take shit. I got no love. The big wanna play tough and wanna hate this. Although show up.
Welcome in, everyone. Hey, focus, don't play with me. How y'all doing? If you guys decided to hit that subscribe, like, and share the content, helps me out. Make sure to subscribe, hit the old notifications. Got me on social media here. I know I got all these social medias up here, but the best thing is to get me on Instagram. You know, when I do check messages of people wanting requests and different stuff to react to, that's mainly where I go to see. Yeah, it ain't over. I've realized I've gotten a lot of views on these kind of videos, giving us the hood news. I got to call it the hood news because we ain't finding this on no news channel, and you can't really go with social media too tough because you don't know what's. And obviously with these kind of videos they make, you gotta take it with a pinch of salt, allegedly. But where there's smoke, there's always some little bit of fire. Let's go. We got fantastic hip hop. Be covering this. I'm gonna put the link in the description so you guys can go and support them as well. How Drake is destroying his own career. All right. Let's see how he's destroying his own career any more than he's already destroyed it. You know what I'm saying?
After Drake just broke his own silence after he pathetically backed out of his beef with Kendrick Lamar on The Heart Part 6. Between him sounding so destroyed on that track as he made a straight fool of himself by trying to defend his name from all of the allegations Kendrick threw his way in the lamest way possible, to then this response becoming viewed as an even worse song.
Hold up. When did this come out? 3 days ago. So have they heard the Sexy Red and BBL Drizzy song yet? Because that lame response seems actually not legit, but 1,000 times better than that Sexy Red shit I heard. So, no. I'm not trying to give him no props, but I'm still giving him some props somewhere because, yeah, the Heart 6 was so much more easy on my ears than that You My Everything. Like, You My Everything was a fucking joke. I mean, Drake did his part on the verse, but that whole track just killed everything. It was like, nah, let's go.
As Drake was proven to be a straight out liar about setting up Kendrick with the items seen on the cover art of his disses like Meet the Grams and 616 in LA. Overall for Drake,
Receipts
it
came
like
out.
His best course of action was just to lay low for a while as the entire world does a victory lap for Kendrick as Not Like Us continues to be played everywhere, and with Metro Boomin and the entirety of the BBL Drizzy challenge just making everything around Drake and his defeat in this beef even funnier. There has really been no option that Drake has when it comes to salvaging his reputation at the moment other than to just lay low and hope that he can make a full-on comeback in the future when the hype from this moment has went down. But despite all this, and despite his own words saying that he was backing out of this feud, which he seemed more serious about than anything he has in years, for some reason, Drake has already made his return to the limelight not even a month later on none other than Sexy Red's new album on the 4th track, You My...
Yeah, fantastic hip hop is on point. I need to go cover some more of this guy's shit. Yeah, he's on point. Yep, he's up to date. Yeah, let me hear what he says before I go off my mouth because maybe I'm so old school that I can't appreciate some of the news. Let's pause and let me say straight now. There's no hate towards Sexy Red. I don't hate the girl. I think she is a smart young woman who knows her niche, knows her market, knows exactly what to say, do to appeal to a market because she's doing very well. And for a sister out there, go girl, get that money. So for that, I'm in love with the girl for that. I'm not even, let's just be real. You do your thing. She's able to feed her family. I think she just had a kid, etc. So I don't care what no one says. She gangster. She OG for that. Now put that aside. Put it way to the side. Her music. Shit. Man, her music is made for ratchets who still don't want to come out the hood. Man, definitely not for me. Not my cup of tea. It's not my cup of tea. It feels like, you know, when you used to be in class and they used to have the chalkboard and they used to run the fingernails down the chalkboard to make everybody silent in class. Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me, bro.
As in years. For some reason, Drake has already made his return to the limelight not even a month later on none other than Sexy Red's new album on the 4th track, You My Everything. And while Drake making this collab his first one back since what has been the most watched hip-hop feud arguably ever is just ironic. And when we go back to Kendrick's first full-on Drake diss, Euphoria, this makes Lamar's bars when he compares Drake to Sexy Red and says that she is Drake's real competition even funnier. But besides just some jokes writing themselves, you would think that after Drake saying that he no longer wanted any part in this beef, that he would just be going back to the old goofy version of himself that is just saying whatever makes the song catchy, and while in some ways, he is doing this on this track. What's important is that in addition to this being the first time that we have heard him after everything that's went down with
how we
Kendrick,
can go from the whole Michael Jackson to this, you old G all of a sudden, bro. Like, come on, my boy.
in the entire rap game. Despite his words wanting us to think otherwise, he is clearly still not over the beef and the entire feud, as during his feature on the track, he doesn't address Kendrick and Not Like Us, but actually,
he can't.
Metro Boomin and his viral instrumental diss that targets Drake in BBL Drizzy, and what Drake does here is not try to put him in his place again like we saw him do on Push-Ups pretty effectively with one of the most memorable lines of this entire situation.
He fed into the whole fucking narrative on that Sexy Red. Man, you could have taken apart and critiqued everything he said. Like, he just fed into the narrative. He made literally everything Kendrick was talking about even more factual than it already was. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but instead, raps over the viral BBL Drizzy beat, and in a way, response to the claims Rick Ross started about Drake enhancing the way he looks, and that Metro has just turned into one of the biggest memes and viral challenges of the entire year with this beat, and what Drake talks about over what has become the soundtrack to this humiliating chapter in his career right alongside Not Like Us, in an attempt to try to level the playing field for him in some way. Drake defends himself by saying that he has changed girls' lives, and ultimately, the way he tries to push this across is by flipping the title of BBL Drizzy from being a nickname that mocks him for the way he has gotten cosmetic enhancements to instead be used as a moniker for him always being the guy to help girls look the way they want, which he directly raps about with the bars, BBL Drizzy, they want a new body, they ask me for it. And with
how the fuck does that help you? The man saying you out here trying to get young women, you understand what I'm trying to say, and you're a sexual predator. I didn't get it. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just, and I just thought Drake would be a lot smarter. You know what I'm saying? His PR team would be there like, yo, bro, when you write these bars, try and stay away from trying to look as if you the pimp. You're the savior of these hoes. You're the hoe savior. You know what I mean? Comic-Con just went. So they had a fucking cape on his back with a big H on it. Hoe man. Real talking. That could have been Drake. Hoe man. Like, bruv, don't have nothing to do about saving no women out here trying to have them go and getting BBLs, paying money for them to get. And then in the same fucking bar, you turn around and go, oh, but natural is better. What kind of contradictive kind of bullshit statement is that? I was like, bro, make up your mind. Then you started taking shit down to the Caribbean. I was pissed. What the fuck the Caribbean gotta do? You Caribbean don't want you stay in Toronto, bro. Let me go into no St. Martin. Don't be calling St. Kitts and Nevis. Like, why you bringing up islands for? We don't condone that bullshit. Don't be coming down there trying to, you know what I mean? What, you trying to get the next Riri?
With lyrics like these, while this is not anything deep or even something that is going to reignite any tension between any of the parties in this beef most likely, still for Drake, doing this is just laughable for so many reasons, and while there is a reality where he could have rapped over this beat and threw it right back in Metro's face, trying to label yourself as the Batman of BBLs is definitely not the way out. I mean, the challenge Metro started with this song has gotten so out of hand with people rapping over it in so many different languages and just overall, with people going in on Drake over and over again and finding every different angle to pick him apart from. This beat is solidified as another part of what has made Drake the laughingstock in the rap game at this very moment in time. And while the circumstances and stakes are way lower here than anything that directly involves Drake and Kendrick, this method of responding that Drake has done both to Kendrick on the Hard Part 6, and here with Metro and now the greater public by trying to explain the root of the joke to detach yourself from the label, just looks ridiculous, and no matter what you say, 99% of the time doesn't just make you look worse, but makes you look insane. And while if Drake would have just said these few bars and not rapped over Metro's beat, people may have reacted differently, as it would be right in line with any petty shot that Drake has targeted somebody with in recent years, which for the most part do an effective job at calling out whoever they are intended for without ever distracting the greater portion of the moment he's trying to deliver. As he raps over the actual beat that Metro made and tries to redefine the title, he takes what could have been maybe a decent subliminal and makes it consume the entire moment, and overall, beyond the song itself, it shows us that Drake is still so caught up on this entire feud despite him telling us otherwise.
Literally, in short, I like how he said that. So literally that whole song, him responding to Metro, because he can't respond to Kendrick. I think because of the UMG or whoever his record label executive or head had to contact Kendrick's team or Interscope, Dr. Dre, Jimmy Iovine, whoever it is, the big head, they had to, they had to talk and make promises Drake will never mention or say anything that could even be misconstrued as it's coming towards Kendrick. And they wanted Kendrick to apologize. I think Kendrick was like, fuck that, I ain't apologizing. I won't put out no more tracks, but don't get twisted, I got like 4 or 5 more. I even hear him even achoo. And the achoo sounds like K-Dot. If I just wake up and achoo, ooh, did he say K-Dot? I'm letting another one out. That's how Kendrick is right now. So he decided to take that energy and try and direct it at Metro, but without directing at Metro, trying to go to the source and redefine the whole meaning of BBL. It's too late. And then you make the whole song about it. You're salty. You're salty.
The reasons Drake has dug himself into the hole he is in right now is because more than ever, from disses towards Kendrick that were straight out dumb and fired back on him to make something like the final verse on Not Like Us just flip his entire world upside down, to the way he has tried to defend his name all the way to this full circle moment where he is rapping over the BBL Drizzy beat. Drake has shown that he is way out of touch when it comes to saying and doing things in a way people can genuinely get behind, and with each time he just continues to miscalculate what listeners respond well to, and what would be an effective way to clap back at somebody which before this, he was generally pretty clever with, even with somebody like Pusha T, who he took a massive L to, for example. He is just disconnecting more and more from the aspects that have made him the force that he was and now. This moment we are witnessing right now is the very consequence of all of Drake's poor choices. And this,
don't get it twisted, yeah. I still don't think that this is the end of Drake. And I don't want to have to say that. I don't wish the end of anybody's career on anyone. At the end of the day, that's their money. But when you're getting accused of these kind of allegations, well, boy, all that love goes straight out the window, bro. But still, I don't think this is enough. Because until we see this taken to court or it's actual, there's consequences for these allegations, until that happens, I still think if Drake was to keep his head down for 3-4 months, wait till about summertime, maybe, September, October-ish, he could drop an album. By then somebody else would have already taken the spotlight. This is what happens, you know what I'm saying? You give it a few months, there'll be a few other incidents that's happening around the world, or whether in hip-hop, and it kind of overshadows what you've had going on, and then you could kind of slip through the cracks and let out a song, and this is what they usually do. But he ain't fucking putting his head down. He has to respond. He has to, he needs to shut the fuck up and take a break right now because he's not helping himself.
downfall he has had into this self-obsessive parody of himself, because from hopping on a Sexy Red track, to rapping over a beat that's made by your rival and just straight up making fun of you, to then defending yourself from said title in the lamest way possible, and then doing all of this just weeks after you were called out for doing pathetic things like this. All in all, Drake is just scrambled up right now in a way where he is a complete and utter mess.
He is.
And the way that he used to be able to do things, even if they were mediocre and still receive positive reactions, excitement, and laughs from them, now he is just looking lost, confused, corny, and most crucially, everything that has went down with Kendrick, Future, Metro, and everyone else is only occupying up more and more room in his head with each moment that passes. We're all the way to now. He is just doing Kendrick and Metro's jobs for them, as by bringing their bars to life and feeding into the very ideas and jokes that they created, which only gives them more validity. Drake has fallen into the lethal trap that pushes an Ellen rap beef into a career-altering moment, which is only able to really happen when you stop battling your opponent and start to fight something that is much worse: yourself. From the gaslighting, attitude change, and over-explaining on the Hard Part 6, to running around with the artist you got made fun of for always being with, and turning what would be a subliminal into a moment where you look like you don't even realize that we're all laughing at you and
like
not
a
with you.
motherfucker, yo.
This is really so pathetic that Kendrick and Metro no longer need to respond to Drake in any capacity, because he's no longer battling them and is now fighting with the ideas that they have put into his head, which, despite his claims of him being the chess master who can never be broken or outsmarted, have changed everything about Drake right now. So at this point, and as I have said before, I don't think there's a road that Drake can take right now that will be able to redeem him in a way where he can genuinely get respect back. And the best thing to do would have been to just lay low, but as it looks right now, it seems like he is just going to be running through the motions on features, where he is going to allude to these feuds like he is unscathed from them, but as he references them and morphs the classic Drake subliminal into this over-the-top and corny moment that just keeps adding fuel to an already burnt-out fire. It's only going to make him look crazier and crazier, and by never stepping away and giving himself time to really think about how to move forward, Drake is going to stay trapped in this state of limbo where no matter what he does,
Didn't I just say that? He needs to sit the fuck down, put his head down, shut the fuck up, don't put out nothing for a few months and then come back out. Exactly what I just said. Yo, Fantastic Hip Hop, you know something? Let me give you a subscribe, bro, okay? You talking some real shit right here. You can put notifications on. Make sure y'all subscribe to my channel and hit all the notifications as well, too, because then you know when I am putting out content. I would like to, because I watch these on my TV. You know what I'm saying? In my spare time when I'm cleaning, I'm doing exercises, doing a quick workout, whatever. I have them on my thing. I had my boy come over one time, and I had it in the background, and he's like, "Yo, bro, what you doing?" I go, "Why are you watching it? Why don't you react to it instead?" I'm like, I didn't think about that. You know, I didn't. And then I did one the other day, and it's been getting so much good views. So thank you very much for all those who were checking out that Teaser Tales one I did. Yeah, I appreciate y'all. But I'd like to do more. So I said, follow me up on Instagram. Cause that's where I get to read all my messages. Because sometimes if you go in the comments, when y'all put messages, and it take a while for me to get through all the comments. But I read my DMs. But yeah.
Not escape his own failure. So let me know, what do you think of this new Drake feature, and how does it affect everything going on around him at the moment? I can't wait to hear what you have to say, and if you want to see the complete history of every Kendrick Lamar beef, which really gets surprising and shocking when you see how many people have tried to disrespect him over the years, check out the suggested video.
Yeah, so I might have to go and link this with the BBL, with the Sexy Red video. I wonder if I could do that. So there's something where you can link both the videos to say that they're both related. I'm not too sure. I might have to check. I just did that Sexy Red reaction the other day. So go check that out, yeah? A Sexy Red and Drake. Well, I'm saying go check it out. I really don't even want to send y'all over there. When I did that react, I was like, what the... I want y'all to go check it out. Like, give me the like and just to give me the views. At the same time, it was great. Such a great track. Bullshit. Sorry. But thank each and every one of you for tuning in. If you haven't yet already described, let that check go over my... Yeah, I can tell I'm very close to the end of the airstrip, just on the other side. I'm close to the airport, so yeah, that's just... how it goes. But yeah, hit that subscribe. Thank you if you've already subscribed. I appreciate it. If you haven't already, just click like while you're here. Just like the content, share the content, gets it out there, and I will see you guys on the next one. I'm going to be doing some more reactions today, so keep your ears open. Be blessed.